So I'm hoping it will lift, but I just really don't know. I think the damage might have already taken place. So what we'll do, we'll go on it once anyway and just leave it for a while. But this is the thing sometimes what happens when you're using your own remedies, or you might Google something and it says, oh yeah, use this or use that. When it comes to falls, as hard wearing as they are, you can still cause damage. I can see the dirt coming up there. Can you see it on camera? But I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, I just wonder if it's permanent. I might try a green pad on here to see if I can lift it a bit more. Because the green pad's a bit more abrasive than the blue pad. What I don't want to do is go any further than the green pad. Definitely not the black pad. If anybody messages me or puts a message, black pad, I'm going to jump off Eiffel Tower. Literally. And hopefully Spider-Man will save me. So yes. Let's just see how well. I mean, to be honest, it does look better. Not to my liking. Let's see if we can still lift it. It just looks like permanent damage, to be honest. Yeah, I can see that. Let's try the... If we just... Hang on, let's just see. If we just try the green pad, Ruth, if you stop that, we'll put the green pad on. Right, so what we've done, we've put a green pad on. Just to see if it'll make it much difference. See if we can break it down. But honestly, peeps, don't be tempted to go onto the internet and to try and get some kind of remedies from the internet, because it's just going to cause... I mean, to be honest, it does look a lot better even with the green pad. Whether or not I can salvage it completely, I just don't know. I can see the swirl marks already from how she's trying to clean it there. We had something like this in one of the doctor's surgeries, if you remember, Ruth. Do you remember? And you could see the swirl marks on them trying to remove it, and we just could not lift it. I mean, that is a lot better. What we'll do is just let the solution work in there a little bit as I go over to that end over there. But this is the worst part here. Now, if I put a black pad on here, it would probably end up with loads of scratch marks all over it, because it's meant for stripping. In fact, what you use a black pad for, if there's a wax on the floor, then it's great for it, to remove the wax on the floor. We don't wax floors over here, or some schools might do, but it defeats the whole purpose. If it's an anti-slip floor, if it's a hard safety floor, what's the point in doing that? And if anybody slipped on it because it was shiny and slippy, then the school could be liable because they haven't left it. So if you just come down here, Ruth, just to see if we can lift this section here where the paint had been. So let's see, can you see it there? Let's have a look if it'll lift. Actually, it's taken that off, hasn't it? So it's lifted that really well. I'm quite impressed. So look here. And the beauty is as well, now I've cleaned this and I've mentioned it before, I can let them know what to use, what to buy, what products to buy. Yes, they can't use the big machine that we use because you have to be industry trained and it's just so powerful. But they'll be able to use it like a wet and dry vac to see if that'll lift. But this is a crunch for those who aren't using powerful machines. So that's lifted all that, which I'm very impressed about, and I think hopefully should be well happy that I've managed to lift that. My concern is that up there, what's already been damaged. So I've literally just left it on there a little bit. And it's a shame because I'm always looking for perfection when I do jobs, but I'm also limited if there's any damage. And I think this is damaged. One of the medical floors, NHS medical health centres we did, the cleaners had used bleach on the floor. And she said, oh, we've used bleach on here. And they actually said, don't tell anybody. And I actually said to them, don't be letting anybody know you've used bleach because it is illegal. Or, you know, it's just, and you could see the bleach marks they'd put where it'd been neat, where they just used a bottle of bleach and put it all over, and it had just damaged the yeah, they were like drips and lines. This is actually coming out, but very, very slowly. But I don't mind spending a bit of time to see how much we can release. Like I said, I'm limited to how much I need to scrub it. I don't want to damage it. But that does look tremendously better. But you think so, Ruth? Spend a bit more time on this section here. Yeah, she did, but no, don't have to be embarrassed at all. And that's why, hence, you've got professional hard floor cleaners like myself who go on training courses, know what different products to use, the type of machine to use, what pad to use, etc., etc., etc. Right then. If you know what movie that's from, what I've just said, etc., 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 leave a comment, then I know you're all also watching all the video. So I've had to switch the lights off in here because it was causing my recording to flicker. Because it's that type of lighting. It works on something to do with the frequency of the phone and how it records. Yeah, it's electricity and it just causes it to flicker. I think there's a couple little things you can do, but couldn't be bothered. Just switch the lights off. I think it's bright enough anyway. So much want to try and get as much of this up as. I mean, it's drastically better. But like I said, I'm always looking for perfection. In fact, when I did my training course, well, the first one I did was about 16, 17 years ago, carpet and hard floor. And they said to me, Darren, yes, you want perfection, but you won't get perfection because I was just spending so much time. And one of the things they said to me is, look, you're not a magician. It's like with the wand you've got, it's not a magic wand. So all I can do is my best. And it's even like now, I just want to do my best. And then when I did a refresher course just after lockdown, that was similar. the instructor said, you know, you won't get perfection, Darren. Just have the right chemicals, the right machines, use your knowledge, and all you can do is your best. You can't repair somebody's damage unless they replace the carpet or the floor. But this does look so much better. You agree, Ruth?
Yeah.
What I might do is just leave this on for 5 minutes and then go over it again. You can allow it to dwell for 5 minutes. Still quite a lot there. It's proper ingrained. And these floors aren't cheap. I mean, probably in here it'd be about, what, 3 or 4 grand? 6 grand being quoted just to replace this floor, the safety floor, £6,000. So the reason why they charge that much is because these floors are supposed to be, they can be down for 20 years. So if you think you're getting 20 years wear and tear out of these safety floors, it makes sense to obviously charge that type of price. So I can come over here a little bit. Still not happy with it. I could be still doing this at midnight tonight. Not that I will. Well, I hope so. I'm trying. Might salvage it for her. Like I said, for those of you, block pad, it would damage this. It would scratch it and damage it because it's far too abrasive. Even with solution on. Like I said, you don't wax these type of floors. Yeah, so I get that. Yeah, you do. Some people think, oh well, use a black pad, strip off what's there, and then put a top finish on. But there's nothing to take off these floors. You don't do that with safety floors. LVT hard floors, safety floors. There's nothing to take off because it's done. It's finished. All you have to do is clean it, keep on top of it to clean it. That's it. And hence, this is just proving that mopping doesn't work. Now, I'm not here to take anybody's job. I'm not here to bring down any cleaners because I appreciate the cleaners just do not have the time and the machinery to do what we're doing. I'm just going to let this dwell a bit longer. All right, well, thank you so much. So what Ruth is doing, she's just getting to the corners there. Some there, and then you've got some. That's it. And then just down there, Ruth, please. Thank you. So I've just scrubbed all this here. Now this was the worst floor, and by the way, I can walk on it because all I've done is scrubbed it. So we've tried his best with this section over here. You probably won't see it yet because it's wet. But we literally spent a good 25 minutes just on that area there, just to trying to lift up as much as possible. We do have a lot taken out, but there's some permanent damage there, unfortunately. And there's some over here which it's managed to lift. You can see the dark spots there. So we've managed to lift all that. That's all dirt down there. All that dirt is from whatever was on here. And then we've got all down there, scrubbed it all. So now we're just going to extract all this. Ooh. So once again, extracting this at 800 psi. So this is a section I've spent a good 25 minutes going over and over, changing the pad. So it is a lot better. Like I said earlier, I'm always looking for perfection. Will we get perfection? No. The only thing that's perfect is me. Not. And don't get me wrong, you probably can't tell, but it does look so much better. But there's some ingrained damage. You probably won't be able to tell off camera, to be honest. On camera, should I say, not off camera. But to the naked eye, it does look a lot better. As I say, I can clean, but I can't fix damage. Don't Google anything about safety flaws, what to use. There's so many idiots out there telling you to use this and use that. If that were the case, there'd be no need for professional hard floor courses. It's like having a suit or a dress that's dry clean only, and you think, oh, I'll tell you what I'll do, I'll just bang it in wash. Bang it in the washing machine, or whatever else you do, and it comes out and it's shrunk or damaged. And it's the same thing, guys, honestly. It's not worth it. Just ring the professionals and get the professional in to clean your floor. Even school caretakers and school cleaners or medical centre cleaners, they just don't have this type of technology. The cleaning materials that we use. You might think, oh yeah, I've done that. But they still don't use the machines that we use. The simple reason, because they're too powerful. They might use a rotary, but I can guarantee you they won't use this solution what we're using. Because if you did and you didn't know anything, you would turn the floor yellow, like I keep saying. So let's just go up here.